How can I memorize new vocabulary? So I have a couple tips for you. First things first, I would say write it down. If you encounter a new word, and when you encounter new words, hopefully you're encountering them while you're watching movies or reading books or hearing them from a friend. But once you encounter a new word, the first step is to write it down so that you can go back and figure out the definition later if you had trouble figuring it out from the context. And the next step after that is to use the word every day. And I want you to go out of your way to use that word every day. Find excuses to use that word every day. Let me give you an example. So, I also like to learn new words because even though I'm a native English speaker, there's tons and tons and tons of words that I don't know. And there was a period in my life where I was very actively trying to learn more advanced words, new vocabulary. And I remember when I first found the word dearth. A dearth of something means a lack of something. If there's a dearth, there's not that much. You don't have enough. And I was working at a restaurant at the time, so in order to memorize the definition of dearth, I would force myself to use it every day. So I'd go to work, and I'd go into the walk-in and I'd say, "Are we low on anything? It looks like we're low on milk. We have a dearth of milk." So I would find excuses to bring it into my everyday vocabulary. Another fun one that I learned that I really enjoyed was pugnacious, which means ready and willing to fight. And, I would lie. I would walk into work and I would look at the host and say, "I'm feeling pugnacious today." And then she would say, "What does that mean?" And, I'd explain to her. So go out of your way to use those words every day until you memorize them. What else? Okay, this is very important. Don't try to memorize words that either A, you're not going to use, or B, you don't feel excited about these words. For example, the word like erudite is a fancy way of saying like well-educated. That's one that I came across and I don't really like it. I'd rather just say well-educated, so I'm not going to waste my time using that word every day. I might have not even pronounced it right just then because I don't like that word, so I'm not going to waste my time on it. Last suggestion would be don't try to memorize too many words at once. I would say focus on a maximum of 1 to 2 words a day. And when I'm talking about this limit of 1 to 2 words per day, I don't mean common everyday verbs and nouns like sleep, eat, go, or any really common nouns, things you'd see around the house like couch, bed. Those words you can definitely fit more because you're going to be seeing them all the time, so you can really, really get the practice in and you won't forget them because you encounter them all the time. But for the words that you're forcing yourself to say because you're not going to use them as much, I would limit that to 1 to 2 a day. So there's my answer for you, Noor.